Hello, and welcome to Breathwork Bestie, the podcast that makes breathwork accessible. My name is Chrystal Rose. I'm a transformation coach and breathwork facilitator, and I am your host on this beautiful journey through breathwork. If you are new here or new to breathwork in general, I highly recommend you go back to our very first episode to get yourself feeling comfortable. If you've been with us before, welcome back. Now let's get started. Hello, you beautiful soul. My name is Chrystal Rose, and today I will be your breathwork bestie. Now, there was a request for this, and honestly, I'm surprised I hadn't thought of doing it yet, and I'm really excited to share this with you. Grief. Grief is so difficult. It is so hard. And it's not always for the loss of a loved one, although oftentimes it is. But so often we experience grief through transition, moving, especially moving states or countries, transitions like quitting a job and starting a new one, quitting a job and starting a business, closing a business. There are so many life transitions, transitioning out of college, transitioning through hormonal phases, right? Like there's so many opportunities for grief. Often we can grieve a past version of ourselves. We can grieve a future version of ourselves that won't come to pass. And then again, we can grieve loved ones, people we care about, people we knew, maybe people we don't, right? We can grieve for perfect strangers. All of that is welcome. And it's not very common that people allow themselves to process this grief. And sometimes it's because we don't understand it, right? Like life transitions, we don't always realize that there's a grieving process involved. And we just try to, well, I don't know what's wrong with me. And we just try to push it down and move on. And when someone we love dies, grief is not linear. And it doesn't matter if it was 10 years, 20 years, a year, 30 years, 50 years. It can still hit you as though it just happened, especially if it was a traumatic experience. So I wanted to give you the space to process some grief. I know the age that we're living in, society that we're living in, it's all go, go, go. I don't have time to feel. I don't have time to grieve, but you do. And when you truly let yourself, it's not just about crying and feeling for yourself and swirling in that like loop between your emotions and your thoughts and all of that. It's not just about feeling and expressing emotion. It's about truly being with it as long as it takes. So this session is actually going to be very, very short because grief is such a powerful cocktail of emotions that I think we need to take little sips. And that way it's not so scary. That way maybe it's not so big. Maybe we can take it in little sips and be with it. And if you need to spend more time after this continuing to feel, that's okay. But just know that you have the space here to feel, to be with it, release, and then you can move on with your day, and you're always welcome to come back to it. And now just getting comfortable, I invite you to lie down if that feels good. It might be a little bit better to lie down just so you can really have your whole body in it, but you are welcome to sit as well. And we are going to do the triactive breath. So that is all through the mouth, 2 inhales and an exhale. So that is belly, chest, exhale. Beautiful. And now just go ahead and start that up. That's it. Keep the breath moving. That's it. Keep the breath moving. Many people believe that grief is just sadness, but there are so many emotions that can be tied up in grief. Sadness, anger, rage, relief, guilt. There might even be some happiness or joy in there. It is all welcome. It all gets to be here. Your grief is valid. That's it. Keep breathing. And just find yourself leaning into the emotion that is strongest currently. As you sink into your body, just noting what is available here. What emotion is most available to you. And just feeling into that. That's it. And just taking a whole minute to breathe and go deeper with that emotion. That's it. Beautiful. And just feeling into that, letting it be here and being with it. Your grief is so valid. Being with the emotion. And so as that emotion arises, leaning into it rather than resisting, rather than holding back. I invite you to resist resisting. I invite you to resist emoting. If you want to make a sound, if you want to cry, if you want to scream, if you want to yell, if you want to laugh, do it. You can even try adding a sound on the exhale. That's it. Keep breathing. Keep circulating that breath. You could try adding in a sound on the exhale. That's it. Whatever wants to come through. What is the sound of your grief? What is the sound your grief makes? Allow it to be here. Let it come through. You will not lose control. You get to be with it. You get to release control. You get to surrender into it. That's it. Keep it going. Whatever is here, whatever is available, that's it. I invite you to go even deeper. Really be with it. Really let yourself feel it. And if you are experiencing resistance, that's okay. Keep breathing. Keep going there. That's it. Inviting you to bring awareness to a secondary emotion. Is there another emotion here? Is there guilt? Is there shame? Is there anger? Is there joy? Is there sadness? What's here? What's holding the hand of your strongest emotion? Inviting you to go a little deeper into that, to lean into that. And just knowing if there's resistance to any of this, it's okay. You don't have to force it. You don't have to force it. You can meet that resistance with love. And it might back down a little bit, and it might not, and it's okay. You get to do this on your own time when you are ready. That's it. Keep breathing. So beautiful. Your grief is beautiful. That's it. Your grief is valid. Your pain, your suffering, it's all welcome. You are strong enough to hold it, and I'm holding it here with you. That's it. And just know that as any emotion comes through, if there are tears, if there's rage, if there's laughter, that's okay. And just breathing when you can around the sounds and the motions that come along with the emotions. That's it. And just inviting you to let one last sound out. That's it. Get it out. One more. Scream if you want to. That is so welcome. And it feels so good. That's it. I'm just inviting you to take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And you can drop the breath pattern and just be here with your normal breath. Come back to a normal breath. I invite you to hold yourself. Maybe place your hands on your heart. Maybe give yourself a hug. That's it. Really connect to yourself. Be here for you. I've got you. I love you. That's it. Tell yourself that. I love you. I've got you. I love you. I've got you. And just take your time coming back. If you need to, you can just let this episode run out and just stay where you are and keep feeling, keep being with it if you need to, or just spend some time in silence with your eyes closed. That's okay too. And for those of you who want to come back, I invite you to take your time coming back to your body, just fluttering open your eyes. That's it. Thank you for being so willing to go there, to do the work. This is the work. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next session. Thank you for listening to Breathwork Bestie. I hope you enjoyed your meditation. If you could take a moment to screenshot this episode and share it on social media and tag me at Chrystal Rose, I would appreciate it so much. If you enjoyed a specific Breathwork Bestie, you can find all of the information about them in their episode details. If you're interested in learning more about breathwork or how to work with me, then go to crystalrose.com or breathworkbestie.com.